Hi, Jaya, Nishan, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Who would like to come first for the assessment? Jaya, shall I start with you?
सर मैं सैटरडे दूंगी.
Coming Saturday. निशान, फिर आपका भी coming, आपका अभी करना है?
बिल्कुल सर.
चलो, great. थोड़ा सा सेकंड ज्यादा नहीं. हाँ, अंदर में ठंडा रहेगा. मैंने ना सेक भी करारे कर दिए. मैंने बोल रहा करारे कर दिए, तो ठीक है ना. Okay, Nishant, we're starting now. Right. I'll start with what is financial market and what are the different players of financial market?
Hello, sir.
Sir,
Hello, who's there?
Sir, Utkarsh.
Hi, Utkarsh, sir. Thank you for joining.
सर बहुत इशू चल रहा है मेरा नेटवर्क और लाइट का ना बहुत ज्यादा ही.
Oh, okay, चलो कोई नहीं. Utkarsh, just so I'm starting with the assessment for Nishant, right? For level 1. उसके बाद then we'll start with the level 2 sessions. हमने कल एक session start कर दिया था when we covered the corporate actions.
Okay, sir.
Right? I know you were not able to join, but just try to, for few hours, just try to arrange it from somewhere and just try to join these calls, right? This is important, right? And
Yes,
Utkarsh,
sir. Yes, sir.
when do you want to appear for the assessment? Today or next Saturday? Coming Saturday?
Yes, today itself, you on evening, 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock, whenever you're comfortable.
Okay. Not an issue. Done.
Okay, sir.
चलो तब तक के लिए फिलहाल allow me 30 minutes. I'm just taking Nishan's assessment and then we'll just move on.
Sure, sir.
Okay, done. Apna, okay, Nishan, sir, okay, answer.
sir, a financial market is basically a market that is designed to enhance the stability of the financial system. It reduces the transaction costs in the economy, and it provides. It actually improves the financial market liquidity and provides the conductry of monetary policy.
Okay, what are the financial market players?
So the players in the financial market are the capital market, the money market, the FX market, and the derivative markets. So under these, there are subcategories also. Under capital market, there is a primary and secondary market, and under money market, there are instruments. Those are defined by T-bills, certificate of deposits, call or notice money, or commercial papers.
Financial market participants, Baba.
सर यही तो बता गलत बता दिएगा सर. आपने फाइनेंशियल पार्टिसिपेंट पूछा कि फाइनेंशियल मार्केट पूछा?
Financial markets participant.
सर यही होता है कैपिटल मार्केट, मनी मार्केट, एफएक्स मार्केट एंड डेरिवेटिव मार्केट.
No.
सॉरी आई एम सॉरी. नहीं सॉरी सर, मैं कंफ्यूज हो गया था. सर इसमें आते हैं इशुअर्स, रेगुलेटर्स, ब्रोकर्स, क्लियरिंग एजेंट्स, इन्वेस्टर्स एंड डिपॉजिटरीज. या
बस यही है, पार्टिसिपेंट्स और कोई नहीं है.
सर इशुअर्स, इन्वेस्टर्स, रेगुलेटर्स, ऐसा कस्टोडियंस आल्सो. और So issuers, investors, regulators, custodians, brokers, dealers, depositories, and clearing houses, clearing agents.
गुड इन्वेस्टमेंट बैंक बोला है नहीं आपने, चलो कोई बात नहीं. Investment banks, these are the major players. Okay. Now tell me, what is the difference between capital market and money market?
So the major difference between capital market and money market. So the capital market is basically for long-term securities like bonds or equities which are traded, and these have they basically rely upon the maturity, which is more than a year, and they can they issue equities or bonds, and the capital market functions through the stock exchange market or the stock exchange.
थोड़ा सा और बताओ, डिटेल करो. आपने कैपिटल मार्केट और मनी मार्केट का सबसे पहले क्या बताया था आपने? कम अगेन.
Sir, the capital market is a market in which the long-term securities like bonds and equities are traded. Sir, इनकी maturity होती है more than a year, and yeah, they are basically they function through the stock exchange, or they are traded only at the stock exchange. And in money market, in money market there are the first difference is the maturity is usually up to 1 year. This is yeah, they are short term, and short term instruments are traded on the stock exchange. So this is the basic difference.
Okay, or so okay, first, second.
So, sir, under capital markets, there are two types of markets, primary and secondary. The primary market is a part of capital market in which the issuance of new securities happen, like IPO or initial public offering, and in secondary markets, this is basically the aftermarket in which the securities are already sold. They are traded in the secondary market, and when they are both combined, they are also known as so I forgot that word. So sorry, I forgot that word.
Okay, so market, is there any specific market exists for money market to trade money market instruments?
So they are traded globally, basically.
जैसे फाइनेंशियल मार्केट के लिए, कैपिटल मार्केट के लिए we have our exchange. मनी मार्केट होती है.
Sir, they don't have a system basically. So they are short term in nature, and basically they are order driven or code driven markets. So basically they do not have.
Talking about money market.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So money market, is there any specific market that exists?
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir.
Okay. What are different money market instruments?
Sir, different instruments are the repo, the interbank lending, the CDs, treasury bills, and commercial papers. Yes.
Bingo. What are treasury bills?
So treasury bills are basically the debt instruments which are backed by the government securities, and they are traded in basically denominations of $1,000 and have a maturity of over a year. Yes, sir.
Over
Over 1 year.
treasury bills.
I said it wrong. 1 second, sir. T-bills. Sorry, sir. Less than a year. Less than a year. Less than a year.
That's less than a year. Good. Or this is one. Who issues the treasury bills?
The government agencies. These are basically backed by the government agencies.
Backed by the government agency. Okay. Or what about interest rates? What about interest rates?
Sir, interest rate.
Okay. Okay. Next question. What is the difference between depositories and custodians?
Sir, a custodian basically takes custody of the underlying assets or securities and is held responsible for backing up the securities.
Okay. आगे
And sir, depository.
ये आपने डिपॉजिटरी और कस्टोडियन के बीच में डिफरेंस क्या है?
सर कस्टोडियन तो सर वही जो कस्टडी लेता है और अंडरलाइंग एसेट्स की एंड
Okay, good.
and basically is held responsible for
Is responsible
yeah
for
held responsible for taking taking underlying securities and assets, and whereas a depository is a financial securities which are held in dematerialized form, and they
okay.
are responsible for maintenance of ownership or records of trade that has happened in dematerialized form.
Okay. What is the difference between equity and preference shares?
Sir, equities are basically equities are basically a share of the total assets of the company. Yeah, they are a part of the total. They are a share of the total assets of the company, and the preferential shares are the shares which are given first priority or first preference whenever the issuer or an investor trades his securities.
दोबारा बोलना है, सॉरी समझ नहीं आया.
Sir, preference shares are shares which have priority, or they have a preferential right when the dividends are paid in case of winding up of the company.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
sir, yeah.
और
And sir, equities are a share of the total assets of the company. The share, a part of share that is provided to investor or the issuer. They basically become the owner of the company whenever they buy an equity. They hold ownership in the company.
Okay. What else?
Sir, sir, it also basically means that the total the amount of capital contributed by the owners or so it is basically the difference between a company's total assets and its total liabilities.
Okay. आपने voting right बोला?
Voting. Sorry, sir. Sir, equities may they have the voting rights. Matlab, the issuer can access their voting rights because they are the or they become the owner in the company. Whereas in other case they cannot access their voting rights because they are just a holder of their stock, a part of their stock. Sir, sorry. In
Okay.
only the preferential shares, one can access his.
बोलो.
Yes, sir.
क्या कर रहे हो बाबा?
Sir, इतना yes, sir, इसमें.
कोई नहीं. Tell me, what is the difference between par value, book value, and market value?
So par value, sir, it is actually the face value of a bond, which which is only issued after the maturity. And
अरे यार, come again.
hello,
Yeah,
yes, sir.
बताइए.
The par value is basically the face value of a bond. It is basically redeemed at the maturity of the bond, and yeah, and the
Okay,
book
good.
value is yeah, the book value is basically is the value of a security or security of an asset in the firm's books. So it refers to
Bingo.
the total
Very.
amount of a
Slides खोल ली
company.
अपने सामने?
Yes, sir.
आपने slides खोल ली?
नहीं sir.
अच्छा, good. अच्छा, नेट पे सर्च किया?
नहीं सर, ये तो सारा पैरा पड़ा हुआ है.
अच्छा, नहीं यार, वैसे I'm asking.
अरे नहीं सर, ऐसा करके क्या मिलेगा.
Going good, going good.
सर इतना ही है.
हाँ, market value.
Sir, it is the price at which the assets are traded.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good. Good. You prepared well. Happy?
Sir,
Mm, Who is a lead manager in IPO cycle? What is
Sir,
the role of a lead manager?
Sir, different companies, when they issue new securities, they hire or they set up lead managers. They are responsible for looking after these new IPO processes, that how they are being initiated, or how they are being going to conducted, how this final settlement of IPOs being offered, or the issuers or the investors like general public, they get their they get their shares completely, that all documents are verified. And generally, the companies hire only one lead manager. So, but in terms of government, they hire or they set up a lot of lead managers.
And depends on the deal size or size of the IPO. There can be more than
Right,
one.
right, sir, right, sir, right, sir.
Very nice, very nice. So what exactly do they do? Okay, आपने that good. But what exactly, when you say help in IPO process, what exactly do they do?
Sir, they basically help in settlement documentation, basically from starting of an IPO, of issuing a new security. Sir, in short terms, they जैसे कि वो बोलते हैं क्या उसका होता है. Sir, they also hold like a power of attorney in behalf of the company. So they become the attorney holders on behalf of the company, ताकि वो कोई भी डिसीजंस ले सकें, जितने भी आईपीओ प्रोसेस ये कैसे का होगा, और जितने भी इसका मतलब फुली सेटलमेंट इसका कैसे होगा, ये लीड मैनेजर्स का सर काम होता है.
Okay.
सर सही है,
शाबाश. नहीं,
सही है
काफी
ना
हद
ये.
तक ठीक है.
ओके ओके
हाँ नहीं, काफी हद तक.
ओके
Okay. बड़े ही प्रेम भाव के साथ मुझे बताओ, what is DDR?
Sir, depository receipts are the receipts where those are issued when
DDR. Okay.
sorry.
ना कैरी ऑन, मैंने GDR पूछा. आप पहले DR बता रहे हो, फिर GDR बताओगे. ओके.
Okay, sir, depository receipts are the receipts they are issued when a company wants to share when a company wants to invest in other funds, invest in other
Calm down. The second low. Think, then you answer.
sorry.
Answer. Think before you answer. Mix मत करना चीजें.
Yes, sir, वही मैं confused हो रहा था.
ना आराम से. Take a pause. Then answer.
Yes, sir. Sir, depository receipts, sir, basically negotiable certificates होते हैं. They represent share in the foreign companies which are traded on the local stock exchange. And so जैसे
Local exchange means कहाँ की local
yes,
exchange?
sir.
Foreign की.
सर जैसे यूएस में हो रहा है तो सिर्फ यूएस का ही होगा, जैसे वो फिर एडीआर हो जाएगा, फिर जीडीआर जो आपने पूछा है सर वो गवर्नमेंट के लिए ग्लोबल हो जाएगा. तो ऐसे ही सर. एंड
तो
सर
बताओ,
एक
elaborate करो. On the track
yes,
you are right. थोड़ा सा elaborate करो.
यस सर. सर तो जैसे एक आपका जैसे एक 10 शेयर का एक रिसिप्ट बनता है, फिर उसको जैसे एक कंपनी होती है, फिर वो 10 शेयर आपको देती है. देन फिर आप वो जो लोकल कस्टोडियन होता है, फिर वो फॉरेन कस्टोडियन के पास जाता है. देन फॉरेन कस्टोडियन उसको एक डीआर देता है. देन डीआर इज सबमिटेड टू द इशूइंग कंपनी. फिर इस तरह से एक लोकल स्टॉक एक्सचेंज में फॉरेन कंपनी पे इन्वेस्ट कर सकती है या अपने स्टॉक ट्रेड कर सकती है. देन ये आपका होता है जैसे एडीआर में सिर्फ ये यूएस के लिए होगा, तो सिर्फ फॉर अमेरिकन डिपॉजिटरी ओनली. देन जीडीआर आपने पूछा, दैट इज फॉर ग्लोबल, दैट कैन बी ट्रेडेड ग्लोबली लाइक इन लंदन और एनीवेयर एल्स.
यार बताया ना, कुछ ठीक बताया, कुछ गलत बताया.
ओके
So,
सर, एक्चुअली सर ये रात भर की
DR
मेहनत ना, मैं सोया भी नहीं इसीलिए.
no, yeah. God bless you, but happy. I'm still so far the way you are answering. Yes, I can see your preparation. So
सर
one DR is
सर
equal
नहीं.
to
यस सर.
1 DR is equal to 10 shares, right? That is right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
When we say a company wants its international presence, yes,
Yes, sir.
the technique that they use, they register, because registering your company in foreign exchange is a bit lengthy process, right? But there are a lot of
Right, sir.
compliance restrictions. So what they
Right, sir.
do
Right,
is
sir.
reach out to the local custodian of other country. They
Right, sir.
seek their to get their DRs registered in their exchange.
Right, sir.
The custodian, right, or the global custodian helps them to register in their local currency, in their local exchange, right? So
Right, sir.
India
Right, sir.
company can be registered in NYSE with the help of the local custodian of uh, with the help of local custodian of the US.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, and
Yes, sir. Hello.
okay, मैंने सोच रहा हूँ अगला अगला थीम
Yes,
चढ़ा
yes.
रहा हूँ. What
बस
is the
सर
difference between चलो रुक जाओ आगे चलते
अरे नहीं सर, फिर आप 0 दे देंगे तो सच आप पूछ ही लीजिए.
हैं. What is the difference between government bond and corporate bond?
Sir, the corporate bonds are issued by the big corporation or private companies only, and the government bonds are issued by the government. Sir, इसमें एक सेकंड. Sir, so the corporations basically they sell they uh, they uh, they issue bonds to raise money in order to expand their business or to expand their capital, and yeah, and in government bonds these are basically issued by the government with the promise that they will pay periodic. And yeah, and they will pay the face value on the maturity date only.
आगे ये तो एक हो गया आगे बताओ.
Sir, the government bonds basically ये risk free होते हैं क्योंकि these are backed by the government securities, and
These are by government. Okay.
yeah, sir, इसीलिए risk free होते हैं because they are backed by the government securities, and in corporates these are a bit risky because they are private companies, and they are usually long term, and their maturity dates basically exceeds or it is more it is usually 3 years or more than that.
थोड़ा समझ नहीं आया. Just come again with this point.
Sir, corporate bonds में जैसे they are long term debt instruments which have a maturity date of at least एक साल की होती है sir, and
किसमें
they
किसमें
sir corporates में
नहीं ऐसा कुछ नहीं.
sir at least एक साल होती है.
Giving you 5 seconds. फटाफट recall your thoughts.
सर वो डिपेंड करता है बेसिकली कॉर्पोरेशंस पे what maturity date do they decide, and they basically pay the interest in the form of coupons, and in government they pay regular interests.
नहीं यार, sorry यार, not able to understand.
तो फिर से बोलूं?
Please sir, please come again.
Sir, corporate bond is a bond basically which are issued by the big corporations.
Government और corporate वाला corporate. Okay. Second maturity
Yeah.
बताओ.
Sir, maturity at least 1 साल की होती है, and ये basically
At least
corporates पे depend.
Okay.
Yes sir. And sir, government में नहीं, sorry, corporates में they pay interest in the form of coupons.
हाँ, नहीं वो दोनों में in form of coupon ही होता है. आगे.
Okay. Sir, फिर गवर्नमेंट बॉन्ड्स आ जाते हैं. Then in government bond, these are basically issued by the government, generally with the promise that they will pay interest regularly on the maturity day. And these the government bonds are risk free, and because they are backed by the government securities.
आगे. ये तो दो हो गए, चलो ठीक है.
Sir,
दो डिफरेंस स्टेज बताया आपने. एक और बताओ.
एक सर, एक बेसिक डिफरेंस यही है कि कॉर्पोरेशंस ऐसा करते हैं क्योंकि दे वांट टू इंक्रीज देयर कैपिटल और एक्सपैंड देयर बिजनेस, एंड जो गवर्नमेंट बॉन्ड्स होते हैं दे वांट टू रेज कैपिटल फ्रॉम फॉरेन कंट्रीज, सॉरी.
ओके. Okay. Good try. Okay. Now, what do you understand by? Help me with floating currency rate.
So
Okay.
floating currency rate is basically the currency which fluctuates according to the market, like US dollars, with respect to the fixed currency. Like US dollars always has a value like 74, 73, 75. So that is the floating currency rate.
Okay. Why does government opt for this floating currency rate?
So because they have standardization.
दोबारा बोलो. Standardization means?
Sir, इतना ही है सर.
पहला सही बताया आपने. दूसरा.
So पहला तो यही बताया कि with the currency's values. Yes sir.
सेकंड बताओ.
Sir, the price of the currency is fixed by the forex market or the forex institutions with respect to the domestic currency.
नहीं. My question is.
Yes sir.
आपने floating rate सही बताया.
Yes sir.
Why does government opt for floating rate currency? Floating rate currency exchange. फिक्स भी तो कर सकते हैं ना, फ्लोटिंग क्यों करते हैं?
Sir, because sir ये ज़्यादा flexible होते हैं इसलिए.
नहीं.
So basically they hold a large amount of foreign currency in according to a fixed rate. Like, so that's it. अरे सर एक्चुअली बीटेक वाली आदत पड़ी ना, वो एक रात में सारी किताबें.
What is the difference between order driven and code driven market?
Sir, order driven market is basically that is derived from the coming order. मतलब uh, the uh, the investor or the issuer shows all the all the options available to the investor, and in the yeah, and in the other market, so
नहीं
basically
दोबारा बताओ.
yes sir, yes sir. Sir, in the order driven market, the issuer basically bids basically shows all the bids that is displayed to the investor, and while in the quote driven market, they basically focus on the bids, and
So basically
yeah,
focus on what?
so they basically focus on the bids and ask the market makers and the designated parties. इसमें सर काउंटर पार्टीज नोन होती है, एंड इन द अदर वन द काउंटर पार्टीज आर अननोन.
Other one कौन सा?
सर ऑर्डर ड्रिवन में काउंटर पार्टीज आर अननोन एंड कोड ड्रिवन में काउंटर पार्टीज आर अननोन.
Okay, good. और
सर
नहीं दोनों सही बताया आपने. और बताओ एक और.
सर वही है इसमें ऑर्डर में कि बोथ द बायर्स एंड सेलर्स इन ऑर्डर ड्रिवन आर डिस्प्लेड, एंड जो भी प्राइस की डिटेलिंग होती है वो पहले ही दिखा दी जाती है. देन in जैसे कोड ड्रिवन में there is a specific code that is showed to the specific investor. That is why in this the counterparties are known.
Okay. Now tell me what is the difference between long call and short put?
So long call basically is the is the buying instrument in which the prices are expected to go up,
Listen
and
to me again. Ishan,
sorry,
Ishan, what is
yes sir,
the difference between long call and short put?
sir वही तो बता रहा था.
Acha, sorry, to start again. So I said just listen to my question. It is long call and short put.
Okay, sir, in long call means to when जब आप एक option buy करते हैं, here the sir जो investor होता है that has the option to buy or sell a particular rate on a specified date, and in put it means to sell, where where the option to buy or sell at a particular rate on a specified date, the investor has the obligation to sell or buy.
Listen to the question again. What is long call and short put? It is a very confusing statement. You will have to tell me what is long call and short put.
सर वो जो चार टेबल थी ना, आपने दो को वो कर दिया मिक्स, तो मेरे दिमाग में भी टेबल मिक्स हो गई.
लॉन्ग कॉल क्या होता है पहले ये बताओ.
सर लॉन्ग कॉल ऑप्शन डेरिवेटिव होता है, इसमें ऑप्शन ट्रेडिंग का डेरिवेटिव होता है, वेयर इन विच द ट्रेडर बाइज द कॉल ऑप्शन with the price of the underlying assets, with the price of the underlying assets with the strike price before the maturity date or the expiration date.
लॉन्ग कॉल में क्या बोला आपने? सॉरी यार, सॉरी आई मिस इट, थोड़ा सा आई गॉट डिस्ट्रैक्टेड.
Sir, in long call, the options trader or the option buyer buys the option with the belief that the price of the underlying security will significantly go up or rise with the strike price before the maturity or the expiration date.
So call option की definition बताना जरा.
सर PDF से देख के.
नहीं वैसे तो what is call option?
So call option is basically buy to buy and
What is call
put is to
option?
sell.
What
Yes,
is
sir.
call option?
Just a second. Just a second. The call option is basically to buy the underlying assets at an agreed price on a fixed date or a particular date.
हाँ exact word दो. आप सही बोल रहे हो. Give me the right definition. Exact. In the call option.
Sir, the call option basically is a contract between two parties, which are the buyer and seller, which they agree to buy the securities at a set price on a specified date. Sir, अब तो सही है ना?
What is the difference between call option and put option?
Sir, call basically means buy and put basically means sell. In the call option, the holder
Buy
gives the
what?
right.
Buy what? Buy
Sir,
or
in call,
buy what?
yeah, sir, to buy a stock. In call option, the holder has the right to buy a stock, and the put option, the holder
Right
has
to buy. Right
yes,
to
sir, yes,
buy.
sir, right to buy a stock, and in the put option, the holder has the right to sell a stock. Yeah.
Then tell me what is the difference between long call and short put?
Sir, long call.
Long का मतलब?
Long means sir buy and short means sell. Sir, long
Long.
may sir the prices are expected to go up and in short put the prices are expected to go down. So basically in long call way sir to buy an option the investor has the option to buy and on a specified date that means
What is the difference between forward and futures?
sir forwards are basically OTC driven counter markets in which they are basically not standardized and in futures are standardized markets standardized contracts.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Futures are basically sir exchange driven markets. Sir, in forward basically it is a customizable agreement that is traded over the counter only, and in forward basically they have a lot of risks. तो जैसे आपने वो एग्जांपल दिया था कि चावल एंड बिरयानी वाले का कि अगर जैसे फर्स्ट पार्टी या अदर पार्टी बोल दे कि मैं पेमेंट नहीं दूंगा या तो that is the risk in forward, whereas in future are standardized, they are backed by the exchanges, no one can default on the payment or they basically have the set date or set amount of the payment. Yes.
Okay. So when we talk about foreign exchange market, yes.
Yes, sir.
What is CL not CLS? what is PVP? In
Sir, what is
PVP, payment versus payment.
PVP?
हाँ जी, payment versus payment. What is that?
सर PVP तो सर नहीं पता.
What is DVP?
सर तो पढ़ना पड़ेगा सर एक बार और.
Delivery versus payment पढ़ा है. Okay, what is the role of CCP?
सर FX सर अभी थोड़ा सा ही मतलब बचा हुआ है सर.
नहीं, सेटल काउंटर पार्टी यार, ये कौन होते हैं? इससे रिलेटेड नहीं है तो सबके लिए कॉमन है, पहले पढ़ा था हमने. सेंट्रल काउंटर.
सर सेंट्रल सर ये वो तो नहीं है जो आपने बताया था कि इट इज जो काउंटर पार्टी होती है दैट टेक रिस्क्स between two parties for the trades that involves securities, option and derivatives.
बताओ थोड़ा सा, ये राइट, इलाबोरेट करो. सेंट्रल काउंटर पार्टी, नाम सेंट्रल काउंटर पार्टी.
सर बेसिकली सर एक सेकंड सर ये these are the financial institution that takes on the credit risk between two parties that happen to take place a transaction, providing settlement for trades, forex, option and derivatives.
to provide
So to provide clearing and settlement services.
बच गए. I almost gave you 0 यार.
बस सर
बच गए
बस
तुम.
सर बस सर.
ओह, अरे what is netting? नहीं, netting तो यार, ये तो आसान है. What is IRS in swaps?
Sir, IRS is basically interest rate swapping. सर जैसे आपने वो उसका एग्जांपल दिया था ये जिसमें इंश्योरेंस कंपनीज होती है दैट लाइबोर +2 का केस जिसमें आता है. सर एक सेकंड लेट मी रिकॉल सर. सर इंटरेस्ट रेट यस सर सर इंटरेस्ट रेट स्वैपिंग जैसे आपने बताया था कि जैसे आज हमने किसी बैंक से लोन उठाया, देन उसने बोला कि आज आपको हम 1% पे दे रहे हैं, फिर लेकिन अगर जब आप हमको फ्यूचर में रीपेमेंट करेंगे देन जो भी आपका लाइबोर उस दिन चल रहा होगा उसमें जैसे मान लीजिए 6% चला होगा तो +1 करके आप हमको वो देना पड़ेगा. देन इसमें भी दो केस हो जाते हैं कि अगर इसमें लॉस होगा या प्रॉफिट होगा, क्योंकि अगर 1% पे दिया और उस दिन लाइबोर ज्यादा हुआ तो फिर इसमें कंपनी का लॉस हो जाएगा, और अगर उस दिन लाइबोर कम हुआ तो उसमें कंपनी का प्रॉफिट हो जाएगा. दैट इज इंटरेस्ट रेट स्वैपिंग.
Partially correct.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Not
Thank you
fully.
so much, sir.
But उसका the interest rate swaps means you are swapping your interest with floating versus you're swapping your fixed or floating versus fixed or floating. So
Right,
if you are
right.
on floating, then you are interest rate with fixed percentage. If you are on
Yes,
fixed, then you are swapping your interest with the floating one with the other bank
Yes,
or
sir.
any other institute. Okay.
Yeah.
What is equity swaps?
Sir, equity swap basically involves the derivative contracts wherein the
Equity
uh,
swap, Baba,
cash flow.
equity
Sir,
swaps.
ये भी सर इसी की तरह होते हैं, इंटरेस्ट रेट स्वैप की तरह ही होते हैं, in which the fixed side is basically uh,
इक्विटी स्वैप बाबा, इक्विटी में क्या मिलता है आपको? इक्विटी में व्हाट इज योर रिटर्न?
सर इक्विटी में आपको वही क्या बोलते हैं, डिविडेंड्स, सॉरी हाँ डिविडेंड्स, यस सर।
डिविडेंड्स मिलते हैं। देन व्हाट इज इक्विटी स्वैप्स?
सर ये भी एक डेरिवेटिव कॉन्ट्रैक्ट ही होता है, in which
इट इज अ डेरिवेटिव कॉन्ट्रैक्ट, राइट?
yes sir, so in which the cash flows are agreed to be exchanged between two counterparties at a set date on a future.
Absolutely. Yes, cash flows की जब हम बात करते हैं, so whatever the returns of the revenue that we have.
Yes sir, yes sir, yes sir.
Hello. Good, yeah. Happy that you prepared well. Just try going forward not to miss any of the session, right?
Yes sir, yes sir.
But happy with your preparation. Good job.
Thank you sir, thank you so much sir.
चलो गुड, बच गए, चलो
सर
टेंशन
एक
खत्म।
एक चीज और सर।
हाँ जी।
सर ये आपके हिसाब से ये सही है ना?
हाँ, it is good and that's the reason I'm saying, तो मना कर देता।
अरे थैंक यू
Good.
सो मच सर।
But just
मैं
ensure
सोच रहा हूँ
that
सो
you pay
जाऊंगा।
more attention.
यस सर, यस सर।
लेवल 2 का सेशन चल रहा है, उसके बाद सो जाना आप आराम से। गुड जॉब।
बिल्कुल सर, बिल्कुल। थैंक यू सो मच सर।
Right. So Utkarsh, Jaya and Raj Kishore. Guys, just ensure, I know you guys missed couple of sessions, right? And you have good amount of time. Jaya, Raj Kishore and Utkarsh, अगर आपका मैं अगर शाम का सेशन कर लिया तो असेसमेंट तो ठीक है, otherwise we'll do it on coming Saturday. One simple request to all of you guys, please ensure you prepare well. Right, कोई भी डाउट हो पूछ लेना असेसमेंट से पहले। I'll still give you 30 minutes. If you still have any further questions, I can still help you out, right? But I really want all of you to do well in your assessment. Though 2 weeks, last week होना था, now it's the next week, the 2 weeks are more than enough, right? Coming Saturday, whosoever will attend or will give their assessment, that person will get the scores. Otherwise, it will be 0. Please do inform Shiv as well. ठीक है guys?
सर फिर सैटरडे करना है या शाम को ही करना है?
नहीं, हम करेंगे नेक्स्ट सैटरडे, स्टार्ट ऑफ द सेशन करेंगे।
ओके सर, ओके।
ठीक है ना? Level 2, yesterday we started with our session corporate action. Jaya, I guess you attended it. Raj Kishore थोड़ा सा आपने बाद में attend किया था. Ishan and all of you attended, right? Do you guys have any question from this session which we covered yesterday? I am happy
no, sir.
to.
Sir, basically, honestly speaking, I haven't gone through as well because I didn't have the study material. तो अभी वो LMS का जो लिंक था
क्यों
वो,
नहीं है? आप लोगों के पास LMS का एक्सेस है?
सर हाँ सर, वो एक्सेस
सर
अभी
LMS में कुछ भी नहीं आ
नहीं,
रहा।
मेरे पास नहीं है।
LMS का, और सर अभी हाँ अभी करण सर ने
एटलीस्ट पीडीएफ डाउनलोडेड है। सर अभी मेरे को मेल आई, उसमें मिल गया, LMS क्रेडेंशियल्स आ गए थे सर अभी।
वो अभी करण सर ने मैंने बोला था तो उन्होंने अभी शेयर करा, तो शायद सबको आ गया होगा आपको।
जस्ट एक्सेस करके बताओ, कैन यू सेट जस्ट लॉग इन राइट नाउ एंड हेल्प मी।
नहीं आया, अभी कुछ नहीं आया ना।
करण, आर यू
मेरे
देयर?
पास भी नहीं आया।
मेल आई होगी एक, मेरे पास भी आई है अभी।
नहीं आई
Let's
कोई
check it.
मेल।
यार वो LMS की आई होगी, लॉगिन करनी होगी।
क्या लॉगिन क्या?
Wait, we have
LMS
Karan
में
with
लॉगिन करने के लिए आई होगी।
हाँ
भाई
हाँ,
लॉगिन 1 2 3 पासवर्ड 1 2 3 है भाई, शायद सबका ही
सबका
1 2 3 और ईमेल आईडी यूजर नेम।
Let
And the
Karan speak.
request
Karan,
was कि we want
Yes, sir.
Karan, can you hear us?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
अच्छा करण, आप बता देंगे इन सबके पास
हाँ,
क्रेडेंशियल चले गए हैं
सबके पास मेल आ गई
LMS के?
होगी लेवल 2 और 3 के लिए। चेक करेंगे सर।
गाइस किसके
आ गई है
पास?
वैसे।
जय आपके पास मेल आ गई?
नहीं सर, मेरे
Let
पास
me
नहीं
ask one
आया
by
अभी
one.
कोई मेल।
आज स्पैम और जंक बॉक्स एक बार
तो मेरे पे नहीं आई अभी कोई।
इनकेस
मेरे पे भी नहीं आई
wait,
सर
I'll
अभी
ask
कोई
one
मेल।
by one.
इनकेस नहीं आती तो
करण आप एक बार
चेक कर देंगे, ठीक है।
मेरे पास मेल तो आ गई है सर। आपने यही वाला भी ऐड करा है ना, क्लास प्रेजेंटेशन और रिस्क मैनेज प्रेजेंटेशन और AML एंड KYC कॉर्पोरेट एक्शन। करण सर
वो बैकएंड से ही होगी आपको, मेरी साइड से नहीं, बैकएंड से मेल आई होगी।
अच्छा अच्छा, हाँ मेरे पास अभी 7 नोटिफिकेशंस तो आई हैं कि न्यू डॉक्यूमेंट हैज बीन एडेड। तो एक बार आई जस्ट गो थ्रू दिस।
सर इनकेस नहीं आई है तो मैं अलग से शेयर करवा दूंगा आपको पर्सनली मेल से, ठीक है।
सो अभी निशा के पास आ गई है मेल?
यार इसे अच्छा डाउनलोड करवा देते हैं।
नहीं, दैट्स द रीजन आई वांट एक बार सारे वन बाय वन। राजकिशोर आपके पास मेल आ गई है?
मेल आ गया सर, लेकिन ये मटेरियल लेवल 2 का मटेरियल नहीं मिला।
ये मेल में आप लॉगिन आईडी होगा ना आपके पास, लॉगिन पासवर्ड?
हाँ जी सर,
सर ईमेल आईडी
लॉगिन
लॉगिन आईडी है और 1 2 3 पासवर्ड है शायद।
एक बार ही सारे में से ट्राई करके देख लो ना, सबका शायद यही होगा।
1 2 3 मैंने अभी रीसेट करा था ना भाई, तो 1 2 3 आया था रीसेट करने पे, तो शायद 1 2 3 डाल के देख लो, पहले ही हो जाए।
नहीं मेरा, हाँ भाई मेरे पास भी 1 2 3 आया।
हाँ 1 2 3
गाइस एक
होगा।
बार वो लिंक अपने कॉमन, वो लिंक जो है कॉमन ग्रुप पे डाल दो ताकि जया भी एक्सेस कर पाए। और कॉमन
यार मेरे पास लेवल 2 का PDF पड़ा हुआ है।
नहीं मेरे पास नहीं है।
मेरे पास है।
भाई भेज दे, ग्रुप पे भेज दे भाई, निशांत भाई।
बस कोई चेक कर ही नहीं, भेजता हूँ अभी।
हाँ भाई।
Guys, let me know if you can access it. I'm waiting for your confirmation.
ठीक है, खा के देख पहले। ठीक है।
सर आई एम एबल
भेज
टू
दिया भेज
एक्सेस।
दिया।
आ गया।
मिला?
हाँ
चेन्नई से कहाँ से निकालना?
चेन्नई से लेके आया हूँ।
लेवल 3 का भी दे दो निशांत भैया अगर है तो।
यार फिलहाल तो यही है।
मजा नहीं आया फिर।
अरे मैं मजा दिलाने बैठा हूँ मैं।
क्या पता।
सही है भाई, लेवल 2 सही है यार, सब टेक्निकल चीजें ही हैं।
ओ भाई बड़ा भी है ये तो।
भाई देखना, सब भाई टेक्निकल चीज है, कुछ इधर उधर का पढ़ना नहीं है। बेसिक खत्म हो गए, अब मजे वाली चीजें शुरू होंगी।
हाँ मजा आएगा, बहुत मजा आएगा। रुक जा तू अभी। लगने वाली है, इसमें इतना सारा है।
अबे ग्रेजुएशन
नहीं
वाला है भाई,
लगेगा आपका
सब
level 1।
ग्रेजुएशन वाला है भाई, सब ग्रेजुएशन वाला है।
भाई तुम्हारी ग्रेजुएशन वाला है ना, मेरी ग्रेजुएशन वाला फिर अलग है।
ईशान भैया
मेरा
का
और
दोस्त।
निशांत मेरा और निशांत भाई का भी तो सोचो, हम लोग बीटेक बैकग्राउंड वाले हैं।
हाँ वही।
Jaya,
ऐसे
can you access?
वैसे इसमें ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि ग्रेजुएशन का है। ग्रेजुएशन तो मेरे को लेवल 1 लगता था।
भाई लेवल 1 फर्स्ट ईयर था भाई अपना कॉलेज का।
नहीं नहीं भाई, तीनों ईयर लेवल 1 पे ही चले गए थे। तभी भी प्रेफरेंस शेयर की डेफिनेशन नहीं आती थी ढंग से। तो भाई जो लेवल 2 है वो है कि यहाँ चल सर्टिफिकेशन कोर्स कर
ग्रेजुएशन
लेवल 2।
ग्रेजुएशन करने से अच्छा पहले ये वाला कोर्स ज्वाइन कर लेता। आप वहाँ 3 साल में कुछ नहीं सीखा, यहाँ 3 महीने में सीख गया तू।
अब लेकिन अब वो बैचलर्स डिग्री नहीं देता ना मार्टी का, वरना कर ही लेता। अब हमने भाई ड्यू में 2,500 फीस दे करके करा है।
सर पूरा का पूरा एसेट मैनेजमेंट ही क्या? पूरा का पूरा ही कोलैटरल वगैरह सब पढ़ना, बाई बैक सब कुछ?
कुछ भी नहीं, आई एम टेलिंग यू। लेवल 1 अगर आपका क्लियर है, लेवल 2 कोई टेंशन नहीं है। ट्रस्ट मी, लेवल 2 कुछ भी नहीं है।
मजा आएगा इसमें।
I'm telling you, लेवल 1 अगर आपका क्लियर है तो लेवल 2 के लिए यू जस्ट टेंशन ना लो बिल्कुल भी। Okay. Jaya, can you access it now? Can you help me with the answer? Yes, no, maybe.
Yes, sir. What?
Can you access the अपना link MS का?
हाँ जी सर, मैंने कर लिया।
हो गया, चलो good. अभी everyone has the slides, right?
यस सर।
यस सर, यस सर।
Before we start, I'll do a quick recap whatever we covered yesterday, right? And so Ishan, Nitin, Nishant, Raj, I know you guys were there yesterday. I guess Jaya bhi. But just in short, एक बार we are going through again. Quickly 10 minutes we'll go through. ठीक है?
Cool, sir.
What is corporate action? फटाफट group वाले बताओ.
The corporate actions are basically those actions which involves the equity and debt related actions in the company.
Anyone else?
A
Good try.
corporate action is an event initiated by a public company that affects the securities like equities and debt issued by the company.
Bingo. Absolutely right. Anyone else? राजकिशोर, तुम्हारी आवाज क्यों नहीं निकल रही भाई?
Sir, corporate action is taken by board of director and which is approved by shareholder of the company.
हाँ, तो तुम्हारा नाम क्यों लेना पड़ता है? अपने आप क्यों नहीं बोल सकते तुम?
Access है मेरा पास.
हाँ जी सर.
Sir, access है मेरा पास.
नहीं, मैं कह रहा हूँ why don't you add your inputs without calling out your name? Make sure you add it. जितना active रहोगे इसमें discussion में will be good for everyone, right? Okay, good. So you're right. Corporate action is an event, right? Wherein in an annual general meeting, whatever the decisions are taken that impacts your the equity or any other your investment in a company, right? Which are these companies? These are publicly traded companies. Very well said. Okay. Okay, so what kind of decisions that are taken in corporate action and how does it impact you? Right? एक second रुकना. As my younger kid is with me again, right? So चलो कनो सबको हेलो बोल दो. अभी आएगा कनो जाएगा सामने. कनो सबको हेलो बोल दो. हेलो. अच्छा सामने देखे हेलो कनो ये कौन है सामने? सामने कौन है? ये कौन है? ओए हेलो. ओए सब हेलो बोल रहे. ओए सब आगे हेलो बोल रहे है ना? हेलो.
हेलो.
ओए सब देख रहे कनव को. ओए है ना? खुश हो गए सबको देख. जंप मारनी शुरू कर दी. जंप मारनी शुरू कर दी. जी. तो बाय कर दो. बाय. ओए बस जंप मारनी शुरू. आ जाओ. चलो बाय कर दो. बाय बाय. बाय 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 बाय. चले. हाँ हूँ. चलो. Okay. So corporate actions. What kind of actions do they take? Or normally, in our corporate action, whatever decisions that are taken, yes, these decisions, whatever decisions are taken, these decisions directly impact our investment, right? Whatever investment in equity or bonds we have done so far, right? Right. Okay. What kind of different actions taken in corporate action or AGM? जल्दी जल्दी बताओ. Group members.
Sorry sir, क्या क्वेश्चन है?
Different
Distribution
actions.
of dividend.
One.
Distribution of dividend and
Sir,
Retaining
whether the
profit.
dividend will be paid in cash or stock.
Sorry.
Retaining
Okay.
Different spin-offs are there, mergers and acquisitions discussions,
Okay.
splits.
Or
stock splits,
okay.
dividends,
Nothing only. Dividend होगा.
bonus,
अच्छा जिया का फैमिली मेंबर भी है एक जो ऐड कर रहे हैं इनको करना चाहिए.
सर रिटेन प्रॉफिट भी होगा ना?
भाई सुन तो लो उसकी. व्हाट्स द नेम ऑफ दिस मेंबर?
Simba,
वो कह रहे. अच्छा सॉरी.
Simba.
Simba,
सिम्बा.
सिम्बा तो रणवीर सिंह नहीं था.
सिम्बा कह रहा है. सिम्बा कह रहा है मर्जर एंड एक्विजिशन. ओह आई हर्ड यू सिम्बा. Okay, चलो so nobody said okay. चलो अब मैं one by one करके पूछूंगा. What is a bonus share?
Sir,
बोनस इशू क्या होता है? ओहो ये बताएगा. Let him answer first. अच्छा okay. What is bonus share? पता we discuss
sir
yesterday.
कन्नव भी दे रहा बीच में इनपुट्स अपने.
Sorry.
सर कन्नव भी दे रहा इनपुट्स अपने बीच में. सर कन्नव भी दे रहा इनपुट्स अपने बीच में.
आपने कभी देगा देगा साथ साथ बैठ के.
Like father, like son.
वो शो. हाँ समझ आ गया. हाँ हाँ. सर एक्स्ट्रा शेयर्स बाबा समझ आ गया. बोनस शेयर है. और कुछ बोल रहे? हाँ समझ गया हम आपको लेके जाते हैं. Okay guys, what is bonus share?
Sir, bonus share sir, sir बोल.
नहीं बोलो.
Sir, the bonus shares will be issued to the already.
राजकिशोर बोलेगा. नहीं राजकिशोर बोलेगा. Raj, over to you. What is bonus share?
Sir, bonus share, the share which is issued by issuing company free of cost to the shareholder. it is provided through ratio wise. Suppose 2-for-1, 3-for-1. With that, I am a shareholder. If I have one share, then I will get two share, two additional share.
Okay.
This is a bonus share.
Anyone else would like to add?
Sir, the dividends paid in the bonus share are not taxable.
Bolo.
Hello. Sir, the dividends paid in the bonus shares are not taxable.
Yeah.
Dividend paid in the bonus shares are not taxable. Good.
The impact of issuing bonus shares is that it increases the company's share capital, increase the number of shares, but not the denominations of the shares.
तो बोनस शेयर्स फेस वैल्यू को इम्पैक्ट नहीं करते. बोनस शेयर्स इसलिए होते हैं ताकि कंपनी अपनी मतलब शेयर वैल्यू मतलब शेयर्स को ज्यादा दिखाती है, मतलब कि अपनी क्या बताऊं इसको. कंपनी होती है जो कस्टमर्स को अपनी तरफ मतलब कि अपने
So a bonus issue is one of the way when company have a shortage of cash and shareholders expects a regular income. So in that case, they all.
No.
It can't happen.
No.
Okay.
अभी तक काफी 70% all of you said right. So bonus share is something wherein it is one of the company's strategy to increase the market capitalization. What is market capitalization? More the number of shares, right? That becomes a part of your market capitalization. Yes. Now, in order to make your when a company issues bonus shares, that means one way or the other they're trying to decrease the price of their shares to make it more attractive to the people, to the investors, right? Bonus share does not impact the capital investment of an investor. That's absolutely right, because it only changes your number of shares that you're holding, but not the total number of capital that you're investing. You have invested, sorry.
So
Okay.
done to improve the loyalty of the current investors.
Loyalty, increase the market क्या बोलते हैं?
सर करंट इन्वेस्टर जो होता है उनको कॉन्फिडेंस बढ़ाते हैं कि कंपनी अच्छा कर रही है, बोनस इशू मिल रहा है, यू डोंट नीड टू इन्वेस्ट समवेयर एल्स, आवर कंपनी इज डूइंग जस्ट फाइन.
This is also strategy. These are strategies. Strategies
Yes.
का purpose क्या है? Market capitalization. To make their investor happy is the main focus of all the companies, all the publicly traded companies.
Sir, it is also like that that thing as well, na, that if you are paying the bonus shares to, you're basically, it is kind of like a gift to the investors, right, the equity shareholders, and it is like maintaining a goodwill with them as well. तो उससे क्या होता है कि फिर एक word of mouth पे अच्छा फैलता है मार्केट में कि हाँ यार देखो उस कंपनी का प्रॉफिट हुआ तो वो लोग तो बोनस शेयर भी पे करते हैं. So that is also like then people will start thinking about investing in that company as well. So मतलब that is also like it is a kind of a strategy कि बोनस शेयर्स इशू करने में मतलब गुडविल करते हैं ये लोग जैसे. इट इज लाइक दैट.
Okay. Oh, okay. Now tell me, what are dividends?
Dividends profit of the company. अच्छा हाँ बोलो.
नहीं बोलो.
The dividends are basically the profits of the company which they are willing to pay to their shareholders. This is the profit which is surplus after retained earning.
Okay.
It
They
is
are paid
divided
annually.
among the shareholders.
कंपनी अपने टाइम टू टाइम प्रॉफिट शेयर करती है डिविडेंड के थ्रू, और ताकि उससे जो अपने शेयर होल्डर्स होते हैं, और कंपनी जो डिविडेंड है वो 5 रुपए का डिविडेंड या 10 रुपए का डिविडेंड दे देती है, एंड डिविडेंड का जो पे आउट रेशियो होता है वो उसकी फेस वैल्यू पे डिपेंड करता है, और जो कंपनी हर साल प्रॉफिट करती है उसके बेस पे वो डिविडेंड प्रोवाइड करती है। मोस्टली अगर कोई कंपनी अच्छा मतलब 3-4 साल या 5 साल तक अच्छा डिविडेंड दे रही है अपने शेयर होल्डर्स को, तो इसका मतलब कि वो उसी मार्केट में एक अच्छी इमेज है, मतलब एक अच्छी पकड़ है, तो इसी को डिविडेंड कहते हैं। तो
Very nice. Good. Happy. So again, this is one of the decisions that is decided and taken at the AGM. So दो टाइप के डिसीजन होते हैं। एक होता है कंपनी कहती है यार कि हमने डिसाइड कर लिया है, राइट, कि हमने आपको डिविडेंड देना है। तो कंपनी आपसे पूछेगी नहीं, कंपनी आपको बताएगी कि हम आपको डिविडेंड अनाउंस कर रहे हैं, ठीक है। दूसरा डिविडेंड होता है कि कंपनी सोचती है कि यार हम आपको डिविडेंड दे भी सकते हैं, नहीं भी दे सकते, पर नहीं देने का रीजन ये है कि हमने वी वांट टू री इन्वेस्ट दिस मनी, वी वांट टू expand our business, we have a new project, we are investing this money there, right? So for that they seek the permission from the investors. So डिविडेंड में दो डिसीजन होते हैं। और तीसरा डिसीजन होता है कि आपको अगर आपको डिविडेंड चाहिए, आपको कैश के फॉर्म में चाहिए या स्टॉक की इक्विटी के फॉर्म में चाहिए।
सर आप ये बोल रहे हो कि डिविडेंड का डिसीजन इन्वेस्टर्स पे होता है?
नहीं, दो डिसीजन होते हैं डिविडेंड की जब हम बात करते हैं ना। एक होता है कंपनी बोलते है कि यार मैंने डिसाइड कर लिया कि मुझे पैसे देने हैं, ठीक है,
सर वो एक्स्ट्रा
डिविडेंड
प्रॉफिट
डिस्ट्रीब्यूट
में
करना
तभी तो
है,
देगी ना, पहले
बट
डिसाइड
डिविडेंड
करने से
मुझे
क्या
किस
मतलब?
रेशियो में डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करना है ये कंपनी नहीं बताती। सो आप एक जब कंपनी सबसे अनाउंस कर देते कि दैट वी विल बी डिस्ट्रीब्यूटिंग डिविडेंड, दैट इज वन डिसीजन। सेकंड डिसीजन होता है कि कंपनी वांट्स टू री इन्वेस्ट द प्रॉफिट so that they could expand their business. For that, they want to take your confirmation or they want to take your permission. If you are okay, then they can reinvest this money. If you are not okay, then this money will be distributed amongst the investor. तीसरा डिसीजन होता है ना, कंपनी सेइंग हम मैंने डिविडेंड तो देना है, मैं दे के रहेंगे, बट नाउ कंपनी इज आस्किंग सीकिंग for your choice whether you want to take this dividend in form of a cash or you want to take this dividend in form of an equity, ठीक है?
यस सर।
Yes, no. Okay, now tell me what is stock split. What is stock split?
Sir, stock split is done when a company wants to increase its number of shares in the market. They split the stock into two basically, and the new price is basically, so basically the share is divided into two. One share is divided into two or many. I don't know. I think so.
Sir, basically, yeah, हाँ यहाँ पे थोड़ा correct करूँगा सर. Basically, stock split can happen over more than two as well. It is a ratio that will be decided, and the stock split is so that a company can reach out to a maximum number of investors, those small investors as well, so that they can buy their shares. Because if the price will be less, then the people with the small investors, that those who don't have that much big amount of money, they can also invest in the company so that it can increase the market capitalization.
But stock split का main reason क्या होता है?
Sir, to
number
reach
of
out to the
shares
small
in the
investors
market.
as well, and to reach the market capitalization, increase the market capitalization.
Sorry.
Sir, it is to reach out to the small investors, so maximum number of investors in the market as well. For example, if a company has like 100 investors, by doing the stock split into 2:1, then they can increase their you know their number of investors as well. So because now the price has gone down. For example, जैसे Reliance का शेयर अगर अभी 1000 रुपए 1500 रुपए का है, 1400 1500 रुपए का है, so if they go for the stock split and they can divide it into like 1500 का है 3:1 की रेशियो में डिवाइड करके वो 500 के शेयर्स डालते हैं. So what will happen is the number of shares will increase here, right? But that denomination will be same, but the number of shares has increased now. So now the person who can't afford that 1500 rupee share, but he can afford that 500 share, now he can buy the Reliance shares as well. So this will increase the market capitalization for Reliance in the market. So that's right.
Yeah, to become a known company.
So I
Sir,
think
main purpose
that's
is
why.
when
Okay. Sorry, Rajkishore, you were saying something.
Sir, the main purpose is when the stock price will go up or very high. At that time, company decides to increase their shares because the small investor they can purchase their stock for low price. So that's the main reason is to decrease the price of shares. So that's why the company decide to take stock split.
Okay. ठीक है. Then we have what is the merger and acquisition.
So the merger is when the two company decides to get together and create a new company out of that. And acquisition is when two companies decide when one company is going to be acquired. The merger is that when two companies or more than two companies as well. It is not like just two companies. When two or more than two companies decide to merge together and produce a new company out of that. So including all their everything, the shares and employees, everything, they will look out for the contract in that. And the big and one of the examples that came across in my mind is for like my previous company that came into a merger with HP Enterprise Edition, HP Enterprise CSC, and they then produce a new company called DXC Technologies. So that is an example of merger. And then acquisition is like acquisition is like when one company acquires another company. So it is like then again there is one example from my previous company that that my company has acquired one of the company called Exchanging. They acquired that. So now Exchanging is not like that. Exchanging has any name or something like that in the market. Now Exchanging employees are working for CSC there. So that is an example of acquisition.
Okay. Good. So why are we covering it in our AGM? Why do we talk about it in our corporate action or AGM? Why do we do that?
So basically, it is kind of like you can say a mandatory corporate action, where the obviously in AGM the equity shareholders are
वाली बात नहीं कर रहे अभी नहीं
yes sir
अभी हम mandatory voluntary नहीं कर रहे हम कह रहे why do we cover
yes
it
sir
in our
okay
corporate action?
yes sir So basically the point is why are we discussing this in AGM? Because the equity shareholders, obviously, if I talk about the merger, right? If there are two companies who are getting together and producing a new company, so previously there will be different shareholders for both the different companies, right? For example, if I talk about the example that I've given, that for CSC there will be shareholders of CSC, and for HP there will be shareholders for HP. Now they are getting together and they are going to produce a new company which is called a DXC technology. So the DXC technology share prices can be different from the previous share prices that they are giving the shareholders, because now those two companies are not there, right? The new company is here, so the things like that is going to be discussed in AGM. That okay, this will be the new share price, and as you were as you have the HPE shareholder, then you are going to get this much share or this kind of share, and or at this price or something like that. Same way for CSC shareholders as well. So things needs to be discussed in the AGM meeting. So that's why these mergers and acquisitions are discussed in AGM.
Sir, because it's part of the
But
corporate
why do
action,
we
sir.
cover it in our AGM? My question will remain same. Why do
Sir,
we
because
cover
it
it
is a part
in
of
our
the
AGM?
corporate action, sir. Corporate action.
क्या एक्शन लेते हैं हम एजीएम में इसके अगेंस्ट? टेल मी.
सर इसमें डिसाइड करते हैं कि कंपनी को मतलब कौन कौन सी बेसिस पे किस किस चीज की जरूरत है. इफ मर्जिंग विद दैट कंपनी और व्हाटसोएवर एंटरप्राइज दे आर मर्जिंग विद इज बेनिफिशियल फॉर देम इन व्हाट वेज एंड हाउ इट इज गोइंग टू अफेक्ट द शेयर होल्डर्स.
Now it is going to affect the shareholders.
And how the merger is going to affect the shareholders basically.
Okay. So how will it affect?
Sir, it can be either positive or negative. It can be mostly positive because obviously they'll merge if they see a scope of growth. And it's important decision to take, so all the directors must be present. So that's why it's discussed in the AGM.
Yes, sir.
Chalo, I take it. Now, what is spin-off? What is spin-off?
A spin-off when a company wanted to form an independent organization with the help of existing shareholder of the company.
दोबारा बोलो.
सर ये होता है ना जब कंपनी एक न्यू इंडिपेंडेंट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन फॉर्म करना चाहते हैं, उसका एग्जिस्टिंग शेयर होल्डर जो है उनका इन्वेस्टमेंट से एक न्यू ऑर्गेनाइजेशन फॉर्म करना चाहता है, उसको स्पिन अप बोलते हैं.
Sir, a spin-off is when there is one division or one department from already a publicly traded company splits out of the company. So it is now a new independent company. So what will happen is the already existing, the parent company, if I'll talk about, that parent company issue the shares of that company, that new company as well, to their existing shareholders to raise the capital for that new company.
You're breaking.
Hello.
Sorry, you are breaking, Ishan. Please come again. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Sir. Yes, sir. So spin-off is basically when a division or a department from already publicly traded company gets splits off from there. So it is now a new independent company. So to raise the capital for that company as an initiate funding, so that parent company will issue the shares of that new company to their existing shareholders. So that is a spin-off.
Anyone else? Anyone else would like to add?
सर यही है सर, एक पेरेंट कंपनी अपना कोई डिवीजन कट ऑफ करके उसके नए शेयर इशू कर देती है तो मेक इट इंडिपेंडेंट.
दोबारा बोलो यार, सॉरी, you guys are breaking. नीरज. Guys, you guys are breaking. Team, am I audible to you? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes.
I said spin off का मेरे को कुछ समझ नहीं आया आप लोगों ने क्या बोला. I requested you guys to tell me है क्या spin off. ईशान ने थोड़ा सा बोला, थोड़ा सा समझ आया. उसके बाद I requested other people to answer it.
तो सिंपली स्पिन ऑफ में क्या होता है, जो एग्जिस्टिंग पब्लिक ट्रेडेड कंपनी है वो सेल करेगी अपने एसेट्स, राइट, डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करेगी इन द फॉर्म ऑफ न्यू शेयर्स, तो ताकि वो जो न्यू इंडिपेंडेंट कंपनी फॉर्म कर रही है उसे कुछ उसे न्यू शेयर्स प्रोवाइड कर सके. तो ये प्रोसेस को स्पिन ऑफ कहते हैं, जो कि राइट इशू के थ्रू होता है. तो एग्जिस्टिंग शेयर होल्डर्स को राइट इशू देते हैं, राइट, डिस्काउंटेड प्राइस में, तो इसलिए वो थोड़े अट्रैक्टिव होते हैं. तो एग्जिस्टिंग शेयर होल्डर्स उस पर इन्वेस्ट भी करते हैं, तो राइट इशू के थ्रू शेयर्स प्रोवाइड करते हैं न्यू इंडिपेंडेंट कंपनी को. तो यही होता है spin off. बाकी डिटेल में तो और भी है.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Got it. अभी जब हम सारी ये चीजें कवर करते हैं ना, अभी ये सारी चीजों को हम कॉर्पोरेट एक्शन इज फर्दर डिवाइडेड इन 3 पार्ट्स. One is your mandatory, one is your voluntary, and the third one is mandatory with option.
Yeah.
जो हमने ऑप्शंस हमने डिस्कस किया ना, लेट मी शेयर माय स्क्रीन. Okay, can you see my screen now?
Yes, sir.
The purpose of corporate action, right? It says distribution of income, restructuring of issued capital, redemption of debt liabilities, right? Raising of capital, dissemination of information to shareholders, right? Assuming control of another organization, right? अभी हम discuss it. सबसे पहले तो purpose, cash dividend क्या होता है हमने discuss किया था, right? Dividend हमें पता है. हमें रिडम्पशन ऑफ डेट, कभी कभार जो हमारे डिसीजन होते हैं एजीएम में, कंपनी डिसाइड करते हैं कि यार वी आर अनाउंसिंग इट, हमने जो अपने बॉन्ड्स इशू करे थे या हमारे पास जो पहले ऑलरेडी डेट है कंपनी का, वी आर पेइंग इट ऑफ, सो दैट आगे से जो भी हमारे पास डिस्ट्रीब्यूट प्रॉफिट बढ़ेगा, हमारा प्रॉफिट बढ़ जाएगा. अगर हमारा प्रॉफिट बढ़ेगा So we'll give more to you. Right? Yes, no.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Then is raising capital. When company needs to raise further capital, right? What they do?
Sir, F ये इसमें लिखा हुआ है. They can go for the FPO.
Right? FPO के लिए AGM में सबसे पहले बोलते हैं.
Yes, sir. सर वहाँ पे सर फिर वो right issue वाला and warrants वाला scene आ जाता है ना. Because
Yeah.
if they are going to issue the new shares, so the equity shareholders can get the new more shares as well at the discounted price if they have the right issue, and same for the bond holders as well. If they have that, so they can get the warrants at the discounted price if they bought that earlier. So
Right. So when they want to do that FPO, what they do is they reach out to their existing shareholders first, right? और उनको बोलते हैं बाबा we are giving you the right issue.
yes, sir.
अब right issue समझ आ गया याद? Yes, no.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. Merger acquisition हमने already पढ़ लिया था. ठीक है ना? Merger acquisition आपने already सही बताया था. Just read it. What is merger acquisition? But quickly. पढ़ लिया?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Dissemination, like when they say dissemination of information, the board of directors are obliged to share information to shareholders of the activity that affect operations and profitability, like sharing the details with the shareholders. Dissemination of information. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. हमने ये भी हमने पढ़ लिया था. अच्छा चलो सरप्राइज मैं हटा लेता हूँ स्क्रीनशॉट. गाइस फटाफट बताओ रिकॉर्ड डेट क्या होती है?
Sir, the date on which the registrar will go through the records and see that who is the actual shareholder of the shares. So at that date, they have decided that okay, these are the shareholders of this particular share, and they are going to get the profit distribution on the dividends. So that is the record date.
Sorry, you're breaking.
Sorry, sir. Yeah, sir. So basically, the record date is that when the company shortlists the shareholders, who is the actual shareholder of that share at that time, at that date. So that date is the record date.
Sorry, you lost.
Hello. Hello.
निशांत कोई ईशान you're breaking. फोन तो join.
Okay.
हाँ जी. Yes. Hello,
Hello.
Nitin.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
ईशान यू आर ब्रेकिंग. अपने फोन से ज्वाइन करो. जया,
सर मैंने फोन से ज्वाइन कर रखा है अपने.
Jaya, what is record date?
No idea, sir.
हाँ जी.
No idea, sir.
राजकिशोर बाबू, टेल मी व्हाट इज रिकॉर्ड डेट यार. आप तो थे कल के सेशन में जब आपने टॉपिक कवर किया.
हेलो.
हाँ जी.
सर आप आवाज आई मेरी?
हाँ जी सर, मच बेटर.
हाँ सर. The record date is that when the company shortlists the actual shareholders of the share, the company or the registrar.
रिकॉर्ड डेट इज
So the record date is the date at which the company shortlists the shareholders. Sir, I have written my answer in the chat as well.
Sir,
record
in
date when
order
the company.
to
Record date as of will
So
be
Nitin,
distribution.
yes, sir.
हाँ सो रहा भाई सो रहा. Oh, sorry. So corporate action, this is first part of level 2, right? We are moving to the other one, which is my level 2. Okay. Second one, let's cover the asset management. Okay. Uh, can you all see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good. Chalo. Before we start, let me the second topic which we are going to cover today is asset management, right? Let me give you a quick context on asset management, right? In today's industry, asset management plays one of the big role in investment banking, or especially in our banking industry, right? There are a lot of customers, there are a lot of clients who, there are a lot of customers, a lot of clients who want their assets to be managed because they are not experts in handling the assets. So for them, they are expert in their main core job, but they don't know how to handle their assets in terms of taxation by investing their money in the securities or financial market, right? For that, they reach out to different investment banks, they reach out to different banks, investment companies, right? Different custodians, right? To manage their assets, right? Or to handle their assets. All these activities are covered under asset management. For example, you go to a bank that, okay, this is what that you have, this is money that you have. You want somebody from your bank, right? Help me to manage assets so that I could save my tax and I could gain the maximum returns. Okay. Second, this is for an individual or like HNI, which is high net worth individual. So that part, asset management, that part will be covered under wealth management. Second, there's a trust or there's a trustee, then there is a trust, right? So trust is run by some of the owners, right? And they want somebody from the bank or any investment bank to handle their assets. Again, that will fall under wealth management, but again, under the biggest umbrella of the asset management. Third one, we talk about mutual funds, right? Mutual funds, there are thousands of customers like you and I who invest in mutual fund. When they invest in mutual funds, Their core job is to handle the money of public, right? Now, how will they handle it? Where will they invest your money? Yes, that everything, because your money is your asset, right? They are handling your assets. So that will be a part of your management, right? How will they manage it? How will they reach out to you so that you could invest money? How will they report it to you? What all things will be taken care of, right? Mutual funds. Then hedge funds, like there's a millionaire, billionaire, they have ample amount of money. They are saying, okay, and uh, so hedge fund, how will they manage the hedge fund, right? Where all will they invest? How will they ensure that they are managing your money and they're giving you the maximum return, right? This is all what all fees or services fees they will charge and everything that will be a part of your asset management, right? Clear hai?
Yes, sir.
सर
Okay.
जो पब्लिक की डिपॉजिट से मनी है जो भी है तो जैसे म्यूचुअल फंड्स में पब्लिक की इन्वेस्टमेंट ही होती है राइट, उस इन्वेस्टमेंट्स को कहीं पे इन्वेस्ट करना वो भी एसेट मैनेजमेंट के अंदर ही आता
हम्म
है। जैसे पब्लिक ने म्यूचुअल फंड्स में इन्वेस्ट कर रखे राइट, अब म्यूचुअल फंड्स
हाँ
वाले जहाँ इन्वेस्ट करेंगे वो भी एसेट मैनेजमेंट के प्रोसेस में आता है।
yes, because at the end of the day it is an asset, it is an asset of an individual like you and I, right?
अच्छा, तो उसमें एसेट मैनेजमेंट कौन करेगा, मतलब म्यूचुअल फंड्स ही करेगा
it
या
is it
फिर
is
कोई
bank,
थर्ड पार्टी
mutual
करेगा?
fund. Yeah, it is bank.
बैंक करेंगे, तो म्यूचुअल फंड्स
Yes,
का कोर बिजनेस क्या होगा? यही कि पैसे लेना एंड देन,
yes.
तो ये म्यूचुअल फंड्स का कोर बिजनेस
क्या
है।
क्या बोला आपने म्यूचुअल फंड का?
मैंने कहा कि फिर म्यूचुअल फंड्स को कोर बिजनेस कराएगा क्योंकि एसेट मैनेजमेंट के लिए तो वो उन्हें हायर कर ले रहे हैं, थर्ड पार्टी को,
किनको?
बैंक्स वगैरह
So
को।
mutual fund कौन issue करते हैं? Okay, who all issue mutual funds? Investment banks, insurance companies, right? These investment bank or insurance companies are sub leg of a bank or can be an independent company.
या
ICICI mutual fund, HDFC mutual fund, right? है तो सारे banks के different legs है, right? And to handle them, there's a fund manager. They take care of it. Investment bank and independent company, right? Or any other insurance company, they can issue their mutual funds. LIC,
ओके,
LIC is not a bank,
तो या
but right, they still have it. So now they can
so
also
even investment banks
outsource
can
their.
issue the mutual funds, right?
दोबारा बोलो.
Even the investment banks can issue the mutual funds, right?
Yes, because in order to issue a mutual fund, you do not need a banking license
Okay.
because your money is directly invested in market. That's the reason we say mutual funds are subject to market risk, right?
Okay.
चलो अब आगे चलते हैं. Then we'll cover it. ओए नोडा नोडू शोर नहीं मचाओ. Okay. What is asset management, right? Asset management is the professional management of various securities and assets in order to meet specified investment goals to the benefit of investor. In short, that is the asset management. एक second hold कर. Okay. So whenever an investment is made with some specific purpose, right? Right. So you go to a bank, you open a FD, right? Bank बोलते they'll give you 7% interest per annum, right? In order to give you 7% interest per annum, right? They will also make some strategies, right? That is also again the strategy that they have, right? But and the purpose of when you make any investment, that you make it with a purpose that okay मेरे को return चाहिए, I'm making this investment 4 साल बाद मेरी शादी है, मेरे को I need to buy a car, right? Or there can be any other purpose, right? And bank is giving you some guarantee to give you some percentage of return. In order to give you that percentage of return, and bank also wants to make some money out of your money, so what they do is they have to take proper decisions. That comes under the asset management. How will they manage their asset, right? So that they could make their money and they fulfill their commitments, right? If you see in our asset management, what types of assets? Securities like shares, bonds. आप सबको पता है shares क्या होते हैं, bonds क्या होते हैं. Assets like real estate, right? Who are the investors? Asset management companies provide a range of traditional and alternative strategies. Traditional and alternative strategies. Traditional बोलते पुराने जमाने की चलती आ रही है. And alternative strategies can be anything else, right? चले guys.
Yes, sir.
Hello. When you talk about investors, three types of investors like you and I, high net worth and institutional. You and I will go for some basic investment or mutual fund policy या SIP ले लेंगे हम लोग. High net worth individuals will talk about the Kannada, will talk about the wealth management, and institutional will talk about the asset management. Mutual funds will be covered under institutional investors, right?
Okay.
Retirement plans. High net worth will talk about wealth management. Retail customer will talk about you and I. ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
Institutional investor, they have given the example of corporates, government pension funds, corporate pension funds, endowments and foundations. Institutions are also investors as industrious, sophisticated investors. ये पढ़े लिखे लोग होते हैं. इन पढ़े लिखे लोगों को पता होता है कि कब कहाँ कैसे इन्वेस्ट करना है पैसा. ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
Then the estimates suggest they represent almost 3/4 of the assets under management. This is what they have done. So for big institutes, right, almost they are saying 1/3 of the assets are under management by third party. High net worth investors like Tata Birla, right? A classification used by the financial services industry to denote an individual or family high net worth. The most commonly quoted figure for member in the high net worth is 1 million in liquid financial. जिनके पास 1 लाख, sorry, 10 lakh dollars minimum cash पड़ा हो, that they fall under uh, the HNI. Right? ठीक है? Then some of the asset management companies, American funds, Vanguard, Lord Abbett, American Century Investments, Dudgeon Cox, very famous, Frankfurt Hampton Investment, this kind of T. Rowe Price, right? TIA, Fidelity, ING Vesea, all my big banks are also part of it. Columbia Funds, yes. Putnam Investments, AIM, right? There are some of the investment companies' names. Dimensional. Okay. What are the different services that are provided by the asset management companies? Like portfolio management. Now we all know what is portfolio, right? Yes, no.
Yes.
Only one person said. How about others? Now,
Yes,
do we
sir.
all know what is management?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mutual funds. Mutual funds will cover it in detail. Hedge funds हमने touch किया हुआ है. What is hedge funds? चलो रहने दो, we'll cover it अभी. Portfolio services. Quickly read it. You all know. Portfolio is a group of financial assets such as shared stock, bond, debts, instruments, mutual funds, cash equivalents, etc. A portfolio is planned to stabilize the risk of non-performance of various pools of investments. सबका combination बना लिया. Management, portfolio को manage करना is portfolio management. The organization and coordination of other activities in accordance with the well-defined policies and in achievement of its predefined objectives. They are managing it with a purpose that this is what the minimum return they want. Predefined objective. Portfolio management, it guides the investor in a method of selecting the best available securities that will provide the simple. Yeah. If in portfolio management, I may advise you or I may manage your portfolio on behalf of you. If I'll advise you, I'll charge fees. If I'll manage it, I'll also charge fee. Now depends on the percentage, right? And so that you could make money out of your investment. That's what comes under portfolio management. Right? Clear?
Yes.
Yes, no?
Yes.
Here,
Yes, sir.
we'll take a quick 15-20 minutes break. बहुत देर होगी बोलते हुए यार मुझे भी. I need to break here.
Okay.
Yes. So 3:07 by my watch. Let's connect at 3:25. Add a minute. ठीक है?
Okay. Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
Great. Hi everyone.
Hello, sir.
Hello, sir.
Shall we proceed?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just a minute. Okay. So far, whatever we have covered, do we have any question?
No, sir, not as of now.
Good. So let's start with mutual funds. Before we start with the mutual funds, एक बात सबको अपने दिलो दिमाग में बिठा लेनी है. Mutual funds are subject to
Market risk.
market risk. Please read offer related
Market
document
risk.
carefully before investing. क्या tagline है? What is the tagline, Jaya? Is Jaya on the call? Is Jaya on the call? Rajkishore?
No, sir, she's not on the call.
ना जय ना राजकिशोर है.
Sir,
Rajkishore है.
Yeah,
Say Rajkishore. Sir, what is the tagline of mutual funds?
yes,
What is the tagline of mutual funds?
sir. What is the tagline, sir? Sir, I don't
Mutual
know.
funds are subject to. अभी तो बोला. Mutual funds are subject to.
Sir, market risk.
Please read the offer related documents carefully before investing. Right? Why do they say this? In short, सबसे पहले समझते हैं mutual funds है क्या. Mutual funds बैठे बैठे एक investment मैनेजर के दिमाग में बात आई कि यार अभी मैं क्या करता हूँ, मेरे पास कंपनीज अप्रोच में, पीपल अप्रोच में कि हमने ये पॉलिसी लेनी है, हमने वो पॉलिसी लेनी है. मैं एक एक बंदे के लिए पोर्टफोलियो अलग अलग खोलता हूँ, जो मेरा ट्रेडिशनल वे चलता हुआ आ रहा है. राइट. उसके बाद उसको कहता है यार कि यार मैं सबके लिए अलग अलग पोर्टफोलियो खोलता हूँ. ठीक है. जो इंडिविजुअल आते हैं मैं इंडिविजुअल के हिसाब से चलता हूँ. ठीक है ना. अब मैं क्या करता हूँ, ऐसे बहुत सारे इंडिविजुअल्स को इकट्ठा करता हूँ, उनसे पैसा लेता हूँ, वो पैसा मार्केट में लगाता हूँ. राइट. और जहां 10 रुपए पर मुझे 1 रुपए प्रॉफिट मिल रहा है या 50 पैसे प्रॉफिट मिल रहा है, क्या पता अगर मैं 50 रुपए या 100 रुपए एक साथ लगाऊं तो मुझे 10 रुपए की जगह 15 रुपए का प्रॉफिट हो जाए. So somebody tested and it really worked out. Yes. Then the mutual fund was launched in market officially. Mutual funds, the definition says mutual funds. Mutual means all of us together with our mutual understanding. Yes, investing our money, and that money in सबकी जो मेरे पास हजारों लाखों में investors हैं, छोटा 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 amount बन के बहुत बड़ा हो जाता है, and that big amount is called fund. Mutual funds, right, wherein thousands of millions of people are coming together on a common platform and investing in a fund, yes, or in a policy, that policy is called mutual funds. ठीक है, यहाँ तक clear है?
Yes, sir.
I'm explaining it to you in a very layman language, right? Okay. Then mutual funds, they say अभी म्यूचुअल फंड में सबसे पैसा इकट्ठा होना शुरू हो गया, राइट? सो व्हाट विल हैपन इज आई विल टेक एन एग्जांपल. There are 1, 2, 3, right? 3, 4, 5. What they will do is, if these are 5 investors, yes, together these 5 investors will contribute money, right? These 5 investors will contribute money in mutual funds, right? अभी फंड है हमारा ये, राइट? सारे के सारे 5 मेंबर्स ने इकट्ठा करके पैसा करके एक फंड में इन्वेस्ट कर दिया. नाउ व्हाट दिस फंड विल डू इज, diversify. What this mutual fund will do is, इन सब ने मिलके एक फंड में पैसा डाला, फंड है ये, राइट? अभी this fund will further invest here, this fund will further invest here, here, n number of classes. Now what they did is, for these millions of people, mutual fund invested in n number of classes, asset classes, right? And all these asset classes are a combination of रिस्क फ्री. नाम का तो कोई मतलब होता ही नहीं है, ठीक है? रिस्क फ्री नाम का तो कुछ मतलब हमारा होता ही नहीं है. What do we call it? रिस्क फ्री नाम का कुछ होता ही नहीं है हमारे पास, राइट? नाउ क्या करते हैं, this mutual fund is managed by a fund manager and its team. यहाँ तक क्लियर है, समझ आ रहा है? Yes, no, maybe.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
गुड. निशांत, नितिन, समझ आ रहा है? Yes, no, maybe.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So now this fund manager and his team will manage your entire money. So जितने भी मेरे यहाँ पर investors होंगे, each investor will have a separate portfolio. ठीक है ना? Portfolio 1 and till let's say portfolio 5. ठीक है? हर एक का इसने अपने इन्वेस्ट करे 30,000, इन्होंने बोला साल का 50,000, he said 60,000, 70,000, 80,000 and so on, right? सबका इन्वेस्टमेंट का रीजन अलग होगा, सबका इन्वेस्टमेंट का मोड ऑफ पेमेंट अलग होगा, एंड सबके रिक्वायरमेंट्स और गोल्स अलग अलग होंगे, राइट? कोई बोलता है कि मेरे को कम से कम रिस्क चाहिए, कोई बोलता है मेरे को ज्यादा से ज्यादा रिस्क लेने के लिए मैं तैयार हूँ. As per their requirements, this fund manager and his team they create your portfolio, and as per your risk appetite, your money is invested in market. Diversify your investment. सारा पैसा आपका एक asset class में तो डाल नहीं सकते हैं. Now what they do is they diversify your money and they contribute in different asset classes. Right? When they contribute in different asset classes, the simple purpose is कि अगर सारा पैसा एक इन्वेस्टमेंट में डाल देंगे तो बाकी के इन्वेस्टमेंट्स का क्या होगा. अगर वो इन्वेस्टमेंट अच्छा करेगी तो ओके, यू आर इन प्रॉफिट. अगर वो इन्वेस्टमेंट अगर पैसा मार्केट फ्लक्चुएट होकर डाउन चलेगी तो यू आर इन लॉस. यस, दिस इज द रेगुलेटरी रिक्वायरमेंट. रेगुलेटरी रिक्वायरमेंट सेज यू कैन नॉट पुट ऑल द मनी इन वन फंड. तो नॉर्मल भी कहते हैं ना, सब जगह हम यू शुड ऑलवेज हैव प्लान बी सी डी एंड डी, राइट, ताकि आपको लोग सबके लिए रेडी रखना होगा अपने आप को. नाउ व्हाट दे डू इज दे इन्वेस्ट योर मनी इन एन नंबर ऑफ एसेट्स. 30,000 को 10 अलग अलग एसेट्स में, 20 अलग अलग एसेट्स में डिवाइड कर दिया. कल को अगर एक एसेट के में मार्केट फ्लक्चुएशन होकर अगर एक सिक्योरिटी का रेट डाउन होता है, अगर दूसरी जगह अप होता है, तो कहीं ना कहीं बराबर पर आ जाते हैं. राइट? ऐसा थोड़ी होगा कि सारे की सारी सिक्योरिटीज एकदम नीचे आ जाएंगे. कुछ सिक्योरिटीज में फ्लक्चुएशन होकर नीचे आएंगे तो कुछ में फ्लक्चुएशन होने के बाद आगे चले जाएंगे. सही बोला?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Then, okay, so this is how the money is invested. Based on each customer, their risk appetite is different, and as per their risk appetite, the money is invested in the market. Now, companies, as the guidelines say, SEC, Security Exchange Commission, and SEBI, Security Exchange Board of India, they say when it comes to mutual fund, you cannot invest all the investors' money in one fund only. You will invest their money in multiple funds. कल को ताकि एक फंड की वैल्यू डाउन होती है तो दूसरे फंड की वैल्यू अप हो जाए. This is how they do, right? The reason why they do is, and the mutual fund is highly regulated. Mutual fund says कि यार सबसे पहले इसमें निकल कर आया था हमारा diversification. Second, highly regulated. Third, it says daily reporting. Yes. Or taxing, taxable income. Yes.
तो टैक्सेबल इनकम में मतलब ये जो इनकम होगी वो टैक्सेबल होगी, एंड जो हेज फंड्स में होगी वो भी तो टैक्सेबल होगी.
हाँ, अभी हेज फंड पे किसने बोला कूदने को?
हेज फंड्स में टैक्सेबल नहीं होती.
किसने बोला हेज फंड जाने को? अभी म्यूचुअल फंड पे शॉप पे गाड़ी रुकी है, वहीं रुकेगी.
ओके.
हेज फंड पर आएगी, अभी अगला स्टैंड हेज फंड है. ठीक है. अच्छा. So we say in our mutual funds, we say we diversify your investment. Mutual funds are highly regulated because it is not a matter of few customers. It is a matter of millions of investors. So the main purpose of the Exchange Commission is to safeguard the interests of the investors, right? Yes, no.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, and the daily reporting. So daily reporting इसलिए जरूरी होती है because your money is invested in securities. Securities market is hardly fluctuating or not the right. और उसमें जब आपका सिक्योर मार्केट है, मार्केट सेम तो रहेगी नहीं, it keeps on fluctuating. So sometimes you are in profit, sometimes you are in loss, right? So mutual fund, the one strategy they always say that if you will invest for long term, you will definitely get good returns, right? So that's how your mutual funds are being operated. Yes. When you talk about mutual, अभी तक कोई doubt है? Yes, no?
No, sir.
Right. So mutual funds में on a daily basis, the value of your portfolio keeps changing. Sometime it is up, sometime it is down, sometime it is equal. And that's how the tracking of your mutual fund happens. The benefit of investing in mutual fund is, अगर आप अपने आप से कुछ खरीदने जाओगे, हो सकता है एक शेयर महंगा पड़े, हो सकता है you might have to invest it you might invest in ending and investing limited number of shares. But if you invest in mutual funds, your investment is diversified. So आपको बड़ी मार्केट का एक्सपोजर हो जाता है. And with the help of mutual fund, you also get an exposure to invest in the foreign securities. Yes. And when you become a member of mutual fund and when you track your portfolio on a daily basis, so you also get to see the real value of market. If you will Google it, you will not get 100% correct details. But if you are a member of mutual fund with your credentials, if you log into the mutual fund site, you get to know the exact market situation, not only for your funds but overall market situation. Right? That's another benefit of mutual funds. Clear hai?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now when we talk about mutual fund दो types के होते हैं. One is open ended, one is close ended. Open ended and close ended. Close ended is like, it is like a policy. आपने पैसा इन्वेस्ट करा और फॉर अ नंबर ऑफ पीरियड, लेट से 5 साल के लिए आपने पॉलिसी ली, आपने साल में एक बार पैसे लिए एंड देन यू कैनॉट विड्रॉ इट बिफोर 5 years. सेकेंड इंस्टॉलमेंट दी, देन आप 5 साल तक विड्रॉ नहीं कर सकते, राइट? बिकॉज यू साइन अ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट दैट your money will be invested for a certain period of time wherein no changes will happen in your you cannot withdraw that money, right? And that lock-in period is called the closed period, and that's the reason we call it a closed ended mutual fund. Your money is invested for a certain period of time wherein you cannot do anything. Yes, no?
Yes, sir.
Sir, एक बार
So there are two types of mutual funds. One is open-ended, the other one is close-ended. Open-ended says you cannot invest your money, you cannot withdraw money for a certain period of time. That means you have invested your money and locked it. कि अगले 5 साल से पहले I cannot withdraw this money. Right?
Okay.
When it comes to, so every year you will give your investment and then you can withdraw it after a period of time. That period is called lock-in period, which is a close-ended fund, mutual fund. On the other side, when we talk about close-ended, अब आपने ले ली यार पॉलिसी, कहते हैं 5 साल से पहले मैं इसे बेच नहीं सकता यार, अभी you immediate need money, right? What you can do, you can go to secondary market and sell your mutual funds. Sell your securities. Clear है?
Yes, sir.
नहीं तो कंपनी ने तो बोला यार आपने पास 5 साल बाद ही आना, अभी आपको बीच में पैसे की जरूरत है, then you can sell your secondary market. Clear है? On the other side, when we say open-ended means जब कभी आपके पास पैसे हो you can invest, and whenever you want to withdraw you will not go to secondary market, you will directly go to mutual fund. ये लो भाई मैं I am selling my part, give my money back, जो भी आपका profit and loss, that becomes your open-ended mutual funds. ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
The income on the mutual
सर
fund.
एक डाउट सर एक
Please.
डाउट है, जैसे तो सर ये क्लोज एंडेड म्यूचुअल फंड्स जो है, इफ आई एम गोइंग टू सेल देम इन द सेकेंडरी मार्केट, लेट अस सपोज कि उसका मैच्योरिटी का कॉन्ट्रैक्ट जो मैच्योरिटी टाइम था वो 3 साल का था, ठीक है, मैंने सेकेंडरी मार्केट में उसको 1.5 साल के बाद बेचा, तो उसका जो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट जो मतलब कि जो अब जो नया बंदा जो उसको खरीदेगा तो उसके लिए मतलब वो आफ्टर 1.5 year ही कैन कैश आउट दोस,
Yes,
मतलब
yes.
उसमें तो नहीं आ सकता ना कि फिर से 3 साल से उसका स्टार्ट होगा या फिर ऐसे।
टोटल मैच्योरिटी पीरियड तो 5 साल का है ना, या 3 साल का है ना, वो तो 3 साल.
ठीक ठीक है सर, ठीक है, मतलब द क्लोज एंडेड म्यूचुअल फंड्स कैन बी सोल्ड आउट ऑन सेकेंडरी मार्केट, either otherwise you can't cash them out in between.
We can, there are certain conditions, so in that condition
okay.
our benefit हमारा becomes nothing, null, good for nothing.
Okay, okay,
Okay.
okay.
चलो अब पढ़ते हैं. अभी जो हमने कवर करा, now we are reading it. Mutual fund is a vehicle to mobilize money from investor. पैसे investor से लो सबसे थोड़ा 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 करके, to invest in different markets and securities in line with the investment objectives agreed upon. Right? जिनके अलग अलग investment objectives होंगे between the mutual funds and the investors. ठीक है? This is what we covered. Though through investment in mutual fund, a small investor can avail of professional fund management services offered by an asset management company. ठीक है ना? That means your money is invested by managed by the professionals. What is mutual fund? Your money, सबका पैसा मिलके बना mutual fund. In a nutshell, a mutual fund is a money pooled by a large number of investors. यहाँ पर आप अकेले, यहाँ पर n number of investors, सबको मिला के बना mutual funds. What is mutual fund? It is a pool of funds collected from many investors for the purpose of investing. This money is then collectively invested in securities such as stock, bond market, instruments, and small similar assets. Like the money is managed in this pool account by professional money managers. Who handles it? Professional money managers. They invest the fund's capital and attempt to produce capital gains and income for the fund's investor. जो इन्वेस्टमेंट करेगा, द पर्पस क्या है इसका भाई? मैक्सिमाइज करना आपकी, राइट? अ म्यूचुअल फंड पोर्टफोलियो इज स्ट्रक्चर्ड, इट इज अ स्ट्रक्चर्ड प्रोडक्ट एंड मेंटेन्ड टू मैच द इन्वेस्टमेंट ऑब्जेक्टिव स्टेटेड इन द ऑफर डॉक्यूमेंट. जिस पर्पस से आपका, जो भी आप लोगों ने जिस पर्पस से आपने अपना यू गॉट इनटू दिस एग्रीमेंट. ठीक है? दिस इज व्हाट वी हैव ऑलरेडी कवर्ड. Benefits of mutual fund: professional management. It is managed by a professional fund. You get a large number of schemes. Diversification, right? Yes, no, we have covered it, इसलिए मैं फटाफट अब clear है guys?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Tax efficiency: investment held by the investors for a pooled period of 12 months or more qualify for long-term capital gains benefit. In addition, dividends are tax-free and hands off the investors. In some of the conditions, the dividends are tax-free. Yeah, if your money is invested in government securities. If your money is invested in private securities, then it is taxable. Depends on which policy that you fall under. Clear?
Yes, sir.
You can redeem all your part in investment at any time if you wish and receive the current value. जो मैंने बताया. जो current market value, you can encash it at any point of time. Based on the structure, there are two types of fund. One is open-ended, one is close-ended. Close-ended क्या होता है हमारा? Close-ended is your debt funds and open-ended is your equity fund. Sorry, this is what I missed to cover. Debt fund का क्या मतलब होता है? जैसे आपने बॉन्ड लिया 5 साल के लिए, ठीक है? 5 साल का एक बॉन्ड था, कंपनी ने म्यूचुअल फंड ऑफर किया, उसने बोला योर मनी विल बी इन्वेस्टेड इन डेट फंड्स. यस, डेट फंड्स का मतलब है बॉन्ड्स में या फिक्स इनकम सिक्योरिटीज में उसने इन्वेस्ट करा. फिक्स इनकम सिक्योरिटीज का मतलब है देयर इज अ लॉक इन पीरियड टू इट, राइट? यस, नो?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So there's a lock in period. So that's the reason this, because all these funds are invested in that lock in period, debt funds, that is the reason this becomes your close ended funds. Like your bonds, income funds, FMPs, floating rate funds, arbitrage funds, and MIPs, right? These are different, your debt funds. To talk about open-ended fund, you're referring to the equity funds. That means your money is not invested in funds or bond or fixed income instruments, but your money is invested in equity. Equity तो बाबा है, आज खरीदो 2 घंटे बाद फिर बेच दो, right? That is the reason this becomes your open-ended funds. You can buy anytime, you can sell your part anytime. Like your dividend fund, equity diversified, these are different funds that we have. And the third one becomes your balance fund, right? Wherein it is a combination of both equity and debt fund. Clear? Yes, no, maybe?
Yes, sir.
Types of mutual fund. By investment object और by structure. अगर मैं investment object की बात करूंगा तो मेरा equity है, balance और debt fund है, ये अभी हमने पढ़ा, right? और structure की बात करो, मेरा close ended और open ended है, right? And exchange traded. Mostly these funds are exchange traded funds. But there are certain mutual funds wherein you can only sell it to the mutual fund company only. ठीक है?
सर, ये म्यूचुअल फंड डेरिवेटिव मार्केट में ट्रेड हो सकता है?
हाँ जी, क्यों नहीं हो सकता? If it is the exchange traded, this can be traded in derivative market. पोर्टफोलियो उसमें आ जाएगा ना? जी, खेलेंगे, आपका पोर्टफोलियो ट्रेडिंग हो जाएगी. Shall we proceed?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Open-ended, close-ended, पढ़ लेना. I'm not going to explain it. Structure of mutual funds. एक स्पॉन्सर होता है, ट्रस्टीज होते हैं, एसेट मैनेजमेंट कंपनी होती है. स्पॉन्सर है जिसने आइडिया निकाला, ट्रस्टीज हैं जो अलग अलग आपके who are investing in this mutual fund. AMC is the asset management company. This can be outsourced. It is not mandatory कि आप अपने in-house रखोगे. You can outsource this work, yeah. Then trustees, they have mutual fund, and then custodian. Custodian आपको पता है, and transfer agent for the settlement. And then we have SEBI. SEBI is your regulator in India. Clear? Shall we move?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sponsor. Sponsor is the person who is acting alone in a combination with another body corporate establishes a mutual fund. जिसने खुरापात idea निकाला. Sponsor must contribute at least 40% of the net worth of the investment managed and meet the eligibility criteria prescribed under the Securities and SEC SEBI Regulation 1996. The sponsor is not responsible or liable for any loss or shortfall resulting from the operation of the schemes beyond the initial contribution made by it towards setting up the mutual fund. वो कहते हैं अगर आप सारा पैसा म्यूचुअल फंड्स 100% नहीं लोगे, 60% you will borrow it from public and 40% you will invest. अब स्पॉन्सर के पास, अकेले के पास इतना पैसा हो भी सकता है, 500 करोड़ 1000 करोड़ की बात आती है. ICICI has a mutual fund, right? ICICI is a bank, right? They also have a mutual fund. So for investing 40% is not a big deal for them, right? Trustee. Trustees have critical role in ensuring that the mutual fund complies with all the regulation and protects the interests of the unit holders. Okay, this trustee means so every company, in short, I'll give you an example. Every company has a board of directors. Every publicly traded company has a board of directors, right? And these board of directors are two types of directors. One is your independent director, and the other one is your company's board of director or the dependent. Independent board of directors are none other than like your economist. Somebody will be from the health organization, somebody will be from the human resource, right? So that they ensure, since you are a publicly traded company, public has invested in your company, so they will keep an eye आपकी कंपनी में सब कुछ ढंग से फॉलो हो रहा है, आपकी कंपनी में एम्प्लॉयज की सही देखभाल, बिकॉज अगर एम्प्लॉयज काम अच्छा नहीं करेंगे तो हाउ विल यू मेक मनी, राइट? एंड ऑल दी सबका पे आउट तरीके से जा रहा है, टाइम से हो रहा है, कोई फ्रॉड तो नहीं हो रहा कंपनी में, 2 नंबर के किसी काम में तो नहीं है. नाउ दीज आर डिफरेंट पीपल फ्रॉम डिफरेंट डिपार्टमेंट्स हु बिकम अ पार्ट ऑफ योर बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स. एक आ जाएगा कंप्लायंस की तरफ से, वो कहेगा नहीं यार गाइडलाइंस. एक आता लॉ लीगल टीम से, वो कहेंगे नहीं यार लीगल एज पर लीगली जो आप एक्शन ले रहे हो आपके अगेंस्ट हमारे अगेंस्ट केस हो सकता है. सो मेनी थिंग्स कम आउट. ठीक है. यस, नो, मे बी.
Yes, sir.
ओके. Every trustee has to be a person. It cannot be the virtual person. A person who is guilty or moral cannot be appointed. ये सारे गवर्नमेंट के बंदे होते हैं ज्यादातर. Person convinced of any economic offense and violation, ये तो ये कौन नहीं हो सकता. The main responsibility of trustee is to safeguard the interest of the unit holders, right? कि बाबा कंपनी जो पीछे से काम कर रही है, they will ensure कि आप सही काम कर रहे हो नहीं कर रहे, and ensure that the asset management companies functions in the interest of investors. अपना फायदा तो देखना है, सिर्फ अपना फायदा नहीं देखना, इन्वेस्टर्स को भी देखना है, क्योंकि we are using investors money in accordance with the SEC or SEBI guidelines, mutual funds. Now, asset management companies we talked about, right? Asset management companies can be approved by SEBI and approved by the other, let's say SEC in US, right? To act as an asset management company of mutual fund. This has to be certified company. AMC is appointed by the trustee as the investment manager of the mutual fund. Trustee कौन होता है? Trustee भी हमने पढ़ा. Can be a legal entity, legal person. कि यार आप किसी को भी अपने हिसाब से नहीं उठा सकते, नहीं तो बायसनेस ज्यादा बढ़ जाएगी. So these are the authorized or certified asset management companies. आप इनमें से कोई चूज करो. ठीक है ना. The asset management companies must have a net worth of at least 10 crores at all the times. जिस मर्जी बुरे हालात में हो, 10 करोड़ की मिनिमम आपकी एसेट कंपनी की वैल्यू होनी चाहिए. क्लियर?
Yes, sir.
ओके. कस्टोडियन हम सबको पता है. A trust company, bank, or similar financial institution responsible for holding the safeguarding the securities owned by a mutual fund. अगर बैंक है, इंश्योरेंस कंपनी है, they also ensure कि आपके सारे म्यूचुअल फंड्स are recorded and they take care of all your assets. Custodian services, we know it. Fund manager, we already have discussed, is a professional and expert who is the head and responsible for the profit and loss of the particular fund. It plays a very vital role and his or her expertise in the market. The mutual fund manager who does not have knowledge of this market evaluates risk, portfolio potential returns, and builds a portfolio to accomplish the aims of the mutual fund. They are always professional and well experienced people who become the fund manager. रजिस्ट्रार हम सबको पता है. रजिस्ट्रार का काम होता है कि भाई इन्वेस्टर कौन है ये ध्यान रखो, किसको पैसे देने हैं, म्यूचुअल फंड कंपनीज कौन कौन सी फॉर अ पर्टिकुलर कंपनी, राइट? वी ऑल नो व्हाट इज रजिस्ट्रार. हु इज अ रजिस्ट्रार? यस, नो?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. The AMC, if authorized by the trust, did appoint the registrar and transfer agent to the mutual fund. The registrar processed the process. In short, this is overall we have covered mutual fund. Do we have any question on mutual fund? Yes, no?
No.
ओके, अभी हमारा अगला स्टैंड आता है हेज फंड्स। म्यूचुअल फंड में अगेन राजकिशोर, ईशान, निशांत, एनी क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम योर साइड?
नो सर, नॉट एज ऑफ नाउ। एक बार ही लेकिन
No,
पढ़ना तो
sir.
पड़ेगा।
आप पढ़ो, उसके बाद सवाल लेकर आओ,
यस सर।
ठीक है? अभी हम बात करते हैं हेज फंड्स की।
यस सर।
ओके, hedge fund हमने earlier we discussed, I'll just repeat again. Hedge fund is the investor of hedge funds are people like HNIs and institutional investors. वो कहते हैं हमारे पास बहुत सारा पैसा पड़ा है, though we know how to handle it, but you are a hedge fund manager, ये लो पैसे पकड़ो 200 करोड़ 500 करोड़ with a contract, 2 साल के लिए, 6 महीने के लिए, 1 साल के लिए, 5 साल के लिए, and this is the minimum return that I'm expecting. Hedge fund manager will say okay, they'll sign a contract. In our hedge fund, these are less regulated funds. Mutual funds are highly regulated, hedge funds are less regulated. ऐसा क्यों? Because mutual funds में the number of investors are very high. इसलिए उनके देख रेख करना ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है. When you talk
सर
about
वहाँ पे
hedge
आम
funds,
आदमी का पैसा ज़्यादा लगा,
sorry,
वहाँ पे आम आदमी का पैसा ज़्यादा लगा होता है। हेज फंड इन्वेस्टर्स आर
absolutely,
ऑल लाइक बिग प्लेयर्स।
absolutely. यहाँ पर सिर्फ बड़े बाबू लोग इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं. Number one, hedge fund में simple बोलते हैं, these are highly aggressively managed funds. म्यूचुअल फंड में मेरे पास ओपन एंडेड क्लोज एंडेड होते हैं, राइट, बट हेज फंड्स में बोल रहे हैं दीज आर हाईली एग्रेसिवली मैनेज फंड्स. अग्रेसिवली मैनेज मतलब हर एक घंटे में आपकी ट्रांजैक्शन होती है, डील्स होती है. म्यूचुअल फंड में यू कैनॉट इन्वेस्ट इन रिस्की एसेट्स, इन हेज फंड यू कैन इन्वेस्ट इन रिस्की एसेट्स. म्यूचुअल फंड में यू हैव टू मेक अ डेली रिपोर्टिंग, हेज फंड में इट इज नॉट मैंडेटरी टू डू अ डेली रिपोर्टिंग. म्यूचुअल फंड्स आर लेस रिस्की, hedge funds are high risky, right? Mutual funds based on works on fee, right? इतना आपको इतने चार्जेस लगेंगे. Hedge funds work on commission, works on commission, right? Clear है?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, अब पढ़ लेते हैं. Hedge funds are reputed and to be high risk. However, in many cases, perception stand the odds with reality. High risk, high gain. In the original incarnation, hedge funds sought to eliminate or reduce market risk. It's a market ऐसा तो नहीं है, but yes, the most obvious market risk is the risk that is faced by an investors in shares. As the broad market moves down, the investor share also falls. नॉर्मल ये कहते हैं, बट हेज फंड कहते हैं खिलाड़ी है ये वहां पर रिस्क ज्यादा डालते हैं जहां पर डूबती हुई कंपनी है, राइट. उन्होंने लगा ये कंपनी बिल्कुल बैंकरप्ट होने वाली है, उसमें इन्वेस्ट करा, उसका पूरा मैनेजमेंट चेंज करके उसको एकदम बड़ा खड़ा कर दिया, एंड दे सोल्ड इट इन प्रॉफिट, राइट.
ये प्राइवेट इक्विटी फर्म्स भी तो ऐसे ही करती है ना.
प्राइवेट इक्विटी फर्म्स
हम्म.
करता है, they cannot play a role of hedge fund manager. They can provide such services. Hedge funds का तो they are listed.
प्राइवेट इक्विटी फर्म्स लिस्टेड नहीं थी.
प्राइवेट इक्विटी प्राइवेट प्लेसमेंट से बात कर रहे हैं, प्राइवेट इक्विटी की बात कर रहे हैं.
प्राइवेट इक्विटीज जैसे वो भी तो रिस्ट्रक्चरिंग रहती है कि कुछ समय के लिए मतलब पैसा डाला इक्विटी के थ्रू और उसके बाद मतलब रिस्ट्रक्चरिंग करी, जैसे कंपनी डूब रही होती है तो उसे मतलब फिर से रिस्ट्रक्चर करने के लिए फिर से एक अच्छी कंपनी और एक मतलब
रिस्ट्रक्चरिंग आ जाएगा ना, that will fall under restructuring.
हाँ.
Okay ना, equity company, right? अभी hedge funds structure, most hedge funds are unauthorized and cannot be marketed as private individuals as they are risky. Highly investment entry level. Most hedge funds minimum requirement to invest is the $50,000 and exceeds 1 million starting. Investment flexibility, lack of regulation, less regulated gearing. Many hedge funds can borrow funds and use derivatives to potentially enhance their returns. Again, they impose an initial lock-in period of between 1 to 3 months before investors can sell their investments on. ये थोड़ा सा लॉकिंग पीरियड लेके चलते हैं, ये नहीं कि आज आए और अगले हफ्ते फिर आगे वापस पैसे लेने, ऐसा नहीं. Cost performance related fees are levied, which the investors pays in certain performance level, right? Fees can be in form of your percentage, right? एक होता है हमारा साइड बाय साइड हमारा फंड. ओके, स्ट्रक्चर. स्टैंड अलोन फंड होता है हमारा, मास्टर फीडर होता है, फंड्स एंड द साइड बाय साइड फंड्स. व्हेन वी से standalone fund, in these type funds investors invest in the same entity where the investment decisions are taken place. सबको एक जगह पर डाल दिया. साइड बाय साइड आधा इसमें दूसरी जगह डाला, अलग अलग जगह पर इन्वेस्ट किया. मास्टर फीडर, they are saying globally they have invested. Master fund, US fund, offshore company, onshore company, it is master fund, they have invested globally. Domestic, offshore, domestic investor, right? Trading. Funds of funds, they say these funds only invest in their money in other different funds. They do not invest directly in market. Funds of funds give access to many different investment advisors through investment in only one fund. सारे मिलके एक फंड में इन्वेस्ट करने का. So you will see there is a difference between standalone fund. It says in these type of funds, investor invest in same entity, right, where the investment decisions are taken place. एक ही में आता है, right? जब when we talk about the funds of funds, they say they do not directly, वहां पर directly market में एक entity में invest करते हैं. They are saying they do not directly invest in market. Funds of funds give access to many different investment advisors through investment in only one fund. फंड का वहां पर वो एंटिटी की बात कर रहे हैं, यहाँ पर फंड की बात कर रहा है, दो अलग अलग है यहाँ पर चीजें. तो प्लीज डू नॉट कंफ्यूज योरसेल्फ हियर. हेज फंड ऑपरेशंस, तो एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन का बताया हुआ ऑपरेशन का. फंड अकाउंटिंग अभी होल्ड करेंगे, फंड अकाउंटिंग हम कल कवर करेंगे. कल के लिए गाइस, आई हैव अनदर कॉल इन अनदर मेरी 5 मिनट में, मेरी अगली कॉल है. Till slide number 42 I have covered, right? Next session happen next Saturday, right?
Yes,
All
sir.
of you, I want remaining इनकी 15-16 slides हैं. Make sure all of you read the complete slides or all the slides
Yes, sir.
before our next session.
Yes, sir.
Quickly हम लोग cover level 2 और level 3 हम फटाफट खत्म करेंगे फिर. Please
Okay,
do come up with your question. अगर आप recap करोगे तो questions आएंगे ही आएंगे. ठीक है guys?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. राज किशोर,
Yes, sir.
assessment will be conducted on
Yes, sir.
coming Saturday. और उत्कर्ष का तीनों का, ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
चलो. Good guys. Thanks for just joining it and enjoy your Sunday, rest of the Sunday. Bye bye.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Bye.
Take care guys.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.